Well, why isn't a tiki drink? Well, I don't have a perfect answer to that question, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, tiki is a little bit like film noir, where yes, it is a set of characteristics, and I'm not actually sure that even a pina colada meets those characteristics. I think that a pina colada doesn't, and I'll explain why in a second. But it's a set of characteristics, yes, but it is also a time and a place. And so film noir, if I'm not mistaken, they say the first film noir is Double Indemnity, and the last is Touch of Evil, which is interesting because it makes something that everybody considers to be a film noir, The Maltese Falcon, kind of a proto-noir. And then everything after Touch of Evil is considered neo-noir. And the gangster films would be gangster films. A lot of times people confuse gangster movies of the 30s with noir. They're not. They're gangster movies. It's a different thing. And then what are the characters? Yeah, I don't want to go into a deep dive on noir. I think Jean-Luc Godard figured out that characterization. Is that a perfect characterization of what is noir? The movies that happened between those two movies? No, but it's not bad, actually. And with tiki, it is really this thing that happens. It's a very California thing. It's been said to be a post-war thing. Maybe it's not entirely post-war, but it's a ersatz American interpretation of a Polynesian kind of beverage and a Polynesian decor and a Polynesian vacation. But it's not accurate to that. It's a cultural appropriation completely, you know? We took things that guys saw, supposedly, this is the myth, and maybe there's a little bit of truth to this part of the myth. The guys saw on R&R when they were on tour in the Pacific during World War II, they went to these beautiful islands on R&R, and they wanted to bring some of that back with them into the post-war environment, and so this tiki boom exploded. Now, the truth is that the roots of tiki were seeded in the 30s already in California. And the drinks are very complicated. That's where I'm saying is that the pina colada doesn't actually meet the requirements of a tiki drink. They're not like 2 or 3 ingredient drinks. They're like 5, 6, 12 ingredient drinks with lots of different things all in balance and lots of fresh juices and stuff like that. And they're typically pretty spirit forward, actually. Good tiki drinks, classic tiki drinks, are boozy. They're not just syrupy. And a pina colada is none of those things. It's a blender drink. It is 3 ingredients. Very, very easy to make. And it's not particularly well balanced. It's a sweet dessert treat of a drink. It's not, you're not even gonna taste the rum in it. I won't, anyway. Perhaps somebody with a less destroyed palate will. And so I don't think that a pina colada meets the definitions of a tiki drink by either its origin or by the characteristics of the drink. It does because not everybody is, and most people are not tiki aficionados, right? Most people don't really know the history of tiki, and they think that a tiki bar is like this open air palapa on a dock, primarily because those places tend to call themselves tiki bars. But a tiki bar actually should be an indoor thing that's highly decorated and just cluttered and all kinds of bric-a-brac all over the place and little spears and stuff like that, and with exotica playing from Martin Denny and stuff like that, and it's a different thing. It's not a beach bar. As a matter of fact, the whole point of the tiki bar was that you can't be at the beach and you want to pretend you are and simulate that somewhere else. So truly, a tiki bar in the Caribbean is kind of misplaced. It's just a bar in the Caribbean. It's a tiki bar when it's in Wisconsin or in California. I think that I've explained that. If you want to count it as a tiki drink, I'm not going to stop you. I don't think I would, but I also don't like to be pedantic and correct people either, because that kind of kills the mood of the party. So don't start doing that. When someone says, what a great tiki drink, just smile and nod. Don't say, well, actually, it's not a tiki drink at all. It's just a 70s or 50s beach drink that was designed to sell rum to tourists. Don't do that. They won't like that. They'll leave your party and they'll hate you and they won't come back, unless the drinks are very good. So I'm going to... Stand by. Ooh, looks like we made a little bit more than my glass will handle here. So good, man. Good God. We'll get to that later. If you like pina coladas, dum, 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 getting caught in the rain, dum, dum, dum. If you're not into yoga and you have half a brain, if you like making love at midnight on the dunes of the Cape, we'll meet at O'Malley's and we'll make our escape. Obviously, we're making a pina colada today. Let's start the show.